Hey everybody, thanks for checking in. This is Tyrone Price, my YouTube channel, TPScale Productions. We're just kicking it off today, and I want to say thank you to anybody who's checking in to see how everything is going. We want to try to have some fun with this page. I've been asked for years now, Tyrone, do you have a YouTube channel? And I didn't. So now is an opportunity. We're going to give it a try. And what I want to do with this page is try to give you some tips, some tutorials on some things that I've learned that may help you build better models, that get you a little bit of detail, get a better look from the models that you build. You'll tell you a little bit about myself. My name's Tyrone Price. I'm 48 years old. I've been building models for over 30 years. I do some model shows. Not a big, I build models because I love building models. I don't necessarily build models to compete. I do attend some local shows, and I have, been successful enough to walk away with some trophies. But I just love building model cars, and that's basically why we're here. Throughout my 30 years of building models, I've learned some tips and some tricks that have worked in my benefit. That some of my models, a lot of people like them, and I'm proud of that. So what I intend to try to do with this page is try to show you some of the things that I've learned, answer any questions that some of you may have. I'm involved with a lot of forums on Facebook and things like that, but sometimes you can't answer all the questions, with working an 11-hour job, and then you get home and you try to spend 2 hours at the bench, and then a couple hours on Facebook, and then the day is done. So with this page, what I'm going to try to do is give little tutorials, little step-by-step things on what I'm doing, and then that way you can kind of see, hopefully answer some questions that you may have. My style of models that I tend to build are, pro modified, outlaw, grudge, no time cars, back half, door slammer type cars. I love that type of racing. I actually have a '68 Camaro. It's a back half car that I race. Just kind of put that hobby on hold while raising kids and everything like that. But drag racing is my, what drives me. I love building model cars to emulate things that I would see at the racetrack. Not really a big fan of the funny cars and top fuel and gases, and that's not knocking that, but that's just not my forte. I also like the muscle cars. I like anything from the 60s and 70s. Grew up a son of a gearhead. My dad was a big muscle car fan, had a 67 Chevelle with a 396 in and a 65 Impala with a 327 two-speed power glide, and a host of other cars. He also drag raced a 71 Roadrunner back in the day. So drag racing has been something that I always gravitated to, and that's what I tend to gravitate to when I sit down to the bench and try to reproduce things. So if any of you, if this fits your cup of tea, or if you feel an interest in this, then this might be the channel for you. We're gonna try to do one video per week starting out, and I may do like a step-by-step process of a build that I'm working on, which I'm gonna share with you right now. I've got a '69 Camaro that I've been working on. There's been a big growing craze with the small tire drag racing in this area here, so that's what this build will be. There's just been a growing interest, a growing spark in that small tire drag radio, Pro 275, whatever you call it, that type of thing. So we'll be dipping and dabbling with that too. Also the muscle cars, that's something that I like. I don't really do a lot of the tuner cars or Porsche or anything like that. I'm just telling you what my preference is and what I build. That doesn't mean that it's not okay to build that. These are just my preferences and what I build when I'm at my bench. So one of the biggest questions that I've been asked about is like hinging doors. How do you make your door hinges? How do you do your door hinges? So I'm gonna also have a step-by-step tutorial that we're gonna put together that'll show you how you can cut your doors open and hinge them so that they work like a one-to-one car door works. So it's a pretty simple process I use. I try not to overthink things. I try to use things I have already available at the bench. I don't, try to have a ton of money tied up in my bills. They're relatively cut forward and easy to do. It just takes thinking and planning them out is all. So We're gonna dabble in some of those things, and we'll show you how all of that works out, okay? What I'm gonna do now, I have a couple of my builds that I just laid out on my workbench, and I'm gonna flip the camera around and just kind of go over these and just show you some of the things that we're gonna be covering, some of the things that I'm gonna try to share with you that I've learned, and then we'll wrap it up, okay? Okay, so I have a couple of my builds sitting out here on the bench for you to kind of take a look at, and these are two 69 Camaros from Revell, same kit, but you can see one is just a factory stock build. It's a 69 Z28, and then I have one here that's, you know, like I said, my type of build that I like to build, and it's the you know, outlaw, big tire, you know, nitrous motor, big cubic inch. Just a lot of fun to watch at the racetrack. And these builds, when I build them, they usually take about six months, give or take. And these builds here, when we build these, I can get these done in probably about 2 months. You know, of course, main reason being there's a lot less modification and things like that you have to do with these. But I am a big Camaro fan, so I'm just partial to Camaros, and if you don't like that, I'm sorry, but I just love Camaros. Okay, this is a factory 69 Z28. This is a modified kit bash. The intake on this car is actually resin. I get it from my buddy Ron at TPScale Productions. He does a great job. This is modified, a lot of modifications and things going on when we build these, but they turn out great. And one of the things, like I said, that we will be sharing with you guys is how do we get the doors hinged so that they open and close. That's a question that a lot of you guys have been asking about, and we're going to show you how we build the hinges on these doors so that you can get your doors to open and close like that. Now, as I did state, this is a project I'm working on now. You see this? This is going to be 69 Camaro again. Sorry, but I love them. And this will be a small tire setup. You can see we're going to cover how we do the cages in these cars as well. And we're going to show you how we make these door hinges so the doors open and close like they do right there. So you'll be able to get your doors where they open and close quite nicely. They look good and they function like that. So these are just a few of the builds, some of the things that we do here. And so we're gonna cover a lot of that stuff there for you as well. Again, this is my first video sitting in front of this camera, and it's a little awkward looking at this little dot trying to focus in on it, but just bear with me. We'll work things out. We'll get the growing pains out of it, and we tend to have a lot of fun with this page. So welcome aboard. I'd love for you to subscribe to my channel, and you know, we look forward to seeing you here. Okay, thank you.